Hey, wild women. As we get ready for a new season of horse trips, and super excited about what we've got coming up this summer. And Iceland is allowing visitors with vaccines now. So it's really looking great for this summer and for our treks that are happening, our trips around the world. So I wanted to talk a little bit about something that comes up a fair bit around the horse trips. It doesn't really get talked about a whole lot, and that is tits and ass. So, how do we protect our lady bits when we're riding? So, we'll start at the top. So, a sports bra is a vital piece of equipment when you're going on a trip. And if you have anything up top at all, right? And I brought one of my own bras to show you some of the features that you want to look at. But basically, when you try a bra on in the store, I recommend you put it on and jump up and down a bunch and see how it feels. And that will simulate how it might be on the horse. But you want to look for a couple of things. You want to look for a lot of coverage, right? So I've had women come on trips and they didn't bring a good sports bra and they were miserable. They were wearing two bras or like literally riding like this or borrowing a bra from someone else in the group. Um, so you want to find something with a lot of coverage. So it's almost like a little tank bra. It comes up high in the front so you're not kind of spilling out the top of it. And then it has two kind of ways of coming in together at the back. So it's got this sort of coming in at the top here where it kind of holds you back. But then it also has this really wide band. So it's got three clasps on the band. So it's not going to dig in anywhere. And the other thing that's nice too is these really wide straps over the shoulders. So you don't want little thin straps digging into your shoulders. This one's nice because you can adjust the strap length right here with Velcro. So even when you're wearing it, you can you don't need any help to adjust the straps. So, any sports bra will do, but look for one that's really sturdy and has good straps, especially that top part at the back where it comes in, as well as the clasps doing it up at the back. And then just jump up and down, see how it works for you. Right? So moving down, talking about your butt. So uh, starting at the foundation, the underwear that you wear are going to play a role in how comfortable you are. So the material that it's made of, something that's silky or smooth rather than a rough cotton is going to be a better bet. Cotton is great for breathability, but the problem with cotton when you're riding is that if you get it all sweaty, it can be really uncomfortable and it can chafe against your skin. So I use a really light wool icebreaker underwear. It wicks the moisture away, and it's quite thin. The seams are quite flat. So you also want to look for underwear that has really flat seams or non-existent seams, those heat welded seams that don't have raised stitching. Are really great for riding in. So the less stitching, the better. And the more sort of slippery or slidey, the better as well. Now, if sweating is an issue for you, for me, I don't have a lot of issues with my butt when I'm riding in terms of chafing. But sometimes if I'm sweating and my butt cheeks rub together, it gets a bit uncomfortable. So I was introduced by one of the ladies on the trip to this anti-monkey butt, and it is a powder. And you can put it on your thighs, your inner thighs, between your butt cheeks, wherever, and it just creates kind of more of a silky feel. So things slip and slide rather than kind of rubbing together. So you might find that helpful. Now, one of the ladies on one of my trips brought something that she tried on the trip. She swore by it. I've never tried it, but it's called jelly pants. And I think it's kind of like a pad that sticks in your pants, but it's gel. So it creates cushioning, but also you put lube on this pad so you kind of slide on it rather than sticking on it. Now, she swore by it, and I've heard others say good things about this as well. I haven't tried it, so I can't say for sure. Other women, and again, I've tried it once. I didn't particularly like the feeling, but a pair of bike shorts. And I know some women absolutely swear by this. So if you're someone who has a bonier butt than I have, you might need a little extra padding. You might appreciate your sit bones having a little more padding on them. So Bike shorts, these are actually bike capris, but they have this thick pad inside, right? So it supports your sit bones here and around your pubic bone here and the areas that are against the saddle. So you might find that that's helpful. I would personally avoid wearing jeans when riding, although I have to say I know some women wear jeans, they're comfortable in jeans. If you're a good rider and you can move with your horse, you may not find jeans uncomfortable, but for me, the issue with jeans is right in here. All of these seams coming together and running along the inside of your thigh and running up and down the front and back of your body as well. So I find that there's just too many seams for comfort. And also if your jeans get wet, they're going to stick to you, they're going to be cold, they're going to be uncomfortable. So something to consider. Of course, you can wear whatever you're comfortable in, but if you haven't done a lot of riding, you might think about not bringing jeans to wear on the horse. So a couple of options. Yoga pants. Some people actually really like yoga pants. The seams are flatter on yoga pants, and they're thin and slippery, so you might enjoy yoga pants. I find between the two types of pants, so these are full seat pant, which means that all along the bum, between the legs and all the way down to the calf is a kind of grippy, padded area. Not padded as in thicker, but it's a bit grippy, so you're not going to slide so much on the saddle, versus something like this. This is more of a sweat pant, kind of fleece pants, stretchy, really, really comfortable. But they don't have the full seat. So the padding or the patches just go down the inner thighs, not up the butt, right? So the grip is good for the sides of the saddle. Always nice to have that little bit of grip along your legs. However, I find sometimes with the grippy seat, it's great if your saddle is slippery. If your saddle has a bit of a grip to it, and the saddles that we mostly use in Iceland have a little bit of a grip to them, I find if I'm in my grippy pants on a grippy saddle, I don't actually move in the saddle the way I want to move, right? So it's actually, these two things are gripping and your butt inside your pants is moving, but your pants are stuck to the saddle, and that can create some issues and some chafing. So I prefer to wear pants that don't have a full seat when I'm on a riding trip, but again, totally personal choice. If you love full seat pants, that's all you have, that's all you ride in, you will be completely fine. So one of the biggest issues with beginners is not knowing how to move properly with the horse. So either the horse is moving and you're bouncing and you're getting bruised on your butt, or you're sliding around in the saddle and getting chafed, right? So always recommend a few lessons. Work on really finding your rhythm with the horse, and every horse is going to be a little bit different. So it's always a re-education of your body, but finding ways of really coming in tune with your horse so that you're moving with them and you're not either bouncing or chafing. You will find that will go a long way. Now with chafing, once you're chafed, what the heck do you do? Because now you got to get back on the horse, and it's really tough in your inner thighs where things are, there's a lot of, under your sit bones, there's a lot of what's the word I'm trying to say? There's a lot of contours, right? So it's hard to stick a Band-Aid or something to those contours, and it's really just going to rub off anyway. So one of the things that I have found, one of the only things I've found actually to be helpful for chafing up in the inner thighs, around the sit bones, is something called Tegaderm. And Tegaderm is kind of like a saran wrap. So it's like you've got the saran wrap and it's got coating on both sides. You peel off one side, you stick that sticky side down and peel off the other side. So it looks kind of like this in the box, if I can, like this. And it's just a clear plastic. It's great for burns, blisters, chafing, rashes, that kind of thing. And so I always bring some on a trip with me because it's really great for keeping infection out because it completely seals whatever your wound is. So that is something to consider. I haven't used it on myself, but I can tell you there's been more than once where I've had some woman lying down with her legs in the air because she can't access that area herself, asking me to get some of that Tegaderm on there. So we do what we got to do, right? We help our sisters to be more comfortable, but that's probably not how you want to spend your trip. You know, sticking sticky saran wrap to your butt and hoping for the best. So the best defense is to try to avoid the issues in the first place. So wearing underwear that is low on the seams and has kind of a slippery quality and a wicking quality to it. Maybe using some powder to help that slide inside your pants, or jelly pants if you like, if that appeals to you and that sounds like it might be helpful for you. And then the pants that you wear. Right? Do you want to wear a padded bike short under your pants? Do you want to wear a pair of jeans? Is that going to be comfortable for you? Do you want to look for something without seams like yoga pants or official riding pants with or without a full seat? So a few things to consider there. But I do have to say that having a comfortable butt and having a comfortable chest when you're riding can really make the trip or break the trip. So if you're not comfortable. So I've seen it many times when there's been issues in those areas and it's not fun. So I recommend share your ideas in the comments below. What has worked for you? What hasn't worked for you? Certainly I'm just one person and my butt is different from your butt. So share with one another what's worked for you, and let's try to keep our butts as happy as possible in the saddle this summer. So have a great time, and I can't wait to hear about your trips this summer, what you're doing, what you've done, and how it went, and how your butt was. Take care.